What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome to Get Feathered. It is time for, well, it's an all signs, but it's for whoever resonates, okay? So let's find out if you resonate. You may or may not resonate with all of it, parts of it, some of it, none of it, whatever. If you like it, share it, subscribe it, and, maybe join the tribe. But thanks for being here supporting what I do. So let's drop into the reading screen, shall we? I hope you're all doing well. For those that don't know me, I'm Feather. I'm a success and wellness life coach. I pull tarot cards. We talk about a love situation, life situation, and I give you some advice on it. What's up, Rocket? How are you doing? Something isn't working. Does this mean it's not working out for you? Let's see. Give me just a sec. Hey, Lioness. Huh. Well, that's weird. That's weird. I'm having some issues. I'm not really sure what is going on. Like, it's not picking up my stream, but y'all are popping into chat. So bizarre. So bizarre. You're popping into chat. Unbelievable. This is so weird. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. What in the? This is so weird. Okay. Well, this is where we're at right now. Does it resonate? I'm having issues. Maybe you are too in life. Oh gosh. Okay. Well, hello. Anyway, I do apologize, but am I on Get Feathered? Am I on Get Feathered, or am I on something? It says I am, but YouTube says I'm not. Okay. Y'all help me out here. I see y'all. Hey, cats. Meow. I am on Get Feathered, but it's not showing up on YouTube. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm seeing you on my sidebar from my OBS studio. YouTube's having a dysfunctional moment, so I'm gonna let that go right now. What's going on in your situation? Do you resonate? You're tired. You ain't doing nothing. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Maybe even a Sagittarius. So, it looks like you are not wanting to be burdened by somebody that you had an ending with. And you're saying that this person, I mean, I don't know how long ago this was. Maybe it was a couple days ago, 2 weeks ago, could have been months ago. But you're saying, they were disloyal, or they never stepped up to the plate. It was stagnant. It wasn't going anywhere. There wasn't nothing changing. I'm not dealing with that if nothing's going to change, right? So you may have been wanting to reconcile with someone. We'll see what's going on here. Tell me about this death. What happened? Some of you could have been a Libra, a Pisces, Aquarius, or Gemini. Doesn't have to be. Maybe. I don't know. Let's get cozy up in here. Let's get cozy. Let's get cozy now that I know y'all can at least see me. Weird. Just weird. Oh well. Oh, now it's going to show up. That was so bizarre. Okay, well, everything's good. Everything's good. Okay. You may have gotten a divorce, or maybe this person wasn't treating you right. I just heard they weren't treating you right. Not treating you right. So I believe that's what happened here. It came to an end. You realized that whether it was a divorce or whether or not, maybe they were married or whatever the situation may be, you said they weren't treating you right. So that puts you into a standstill with this person. So you severed ties with this, although we don't always want to have to make these kinds of decisions, but a decision had to be made, right? So, or it does have to be made. There's a stickiness in the energy. What? Okay. All right. Endings are never good, having to make those decisions, but when you realize somebody's not treating you right, they're not treating you fair, or they're not doing right by you, you got to do something, right? Otherwise, it's going to put you in a downward spiral. Yeah, you had to walk away. You had to walk away, or you're having to walk away. Having to make that decision, I hear freedom, emotional freedom. Like you know when you gotta go. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Whatever way that means for you. But maybe it's time for separation. Maybe this is coming to an end, or maybe it already has. Okay, if you're dealing with this now, if it's not changing and you've been waiting for quite some time for things to change, or waiting for somebody to communicate and offer you something serious, it just pulls you down the longer you wait, right? It's a weight. Just like it pulls you under the emotional ocean, pulls you under. So it looks like it's time to set yourself free, 9 of Cups, to go towards separation here. So again, some of you may be going through a divorce, a separation. Some of you are going through a breakup, or you will be soon, or it's already happened. Everybody's different, right? But 5 of Pentacles says it's over. Especially with the Death card. That says that it was a struggle for quite some time, but you're not wanting to struggle with it. You're not wanting to deal with it any longer. So when it's not like the 10 of Swords, to end a relationship is typically something that happens immediately. Just like a tower, it happens immediately. But with a 10 swords, it's like a lot of things led up to that. It's got to go. Betrayal, lies, deceit, and a lot led up to it. But it finally got cut off. This is one of those gradual things where it's like, it's a slow death. Just slowly coming to an end. Like, nobody's working on the relationship. Nobody's communicating. Nobody's giving you any effort. Nobody's offering you anything serious. And over time, you're like, why do I feel so blah? Because you're in the 5 of Pentacles. This person could have ghosted you. They may just be neglecting you, not even focusing on the connection at all. Whatever you're saying, this person doesn't treat you fair or doesn't treat you right. You don't treat me right, you got to go. Or I got to go. So I see you're ready to set yourself free for something that's more emotionally. It's like, you know what? I'd rather be alone and be content on my own and happy on my own than deal with this. Okay. So I got to tell you something here. We now have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, strong Cancer, Aries, Leo, Sag. Yours or theirs, whatever. It could be a Cancer moon, water moon, something like that. Scorpio moon, Pisces moon. There may be a lot of physical attraction here. Thanks, Fred. Fred said beep, beep. There may be a lot of physical attraction between you and this person, or may have been. A lot of physical attraction, like burning desire. You know what I'm saying? Hubba, hubba. But there's a lot of unknowns between the two of you, you know? And this may have been something that stayed on a level of chemistry, a lot of chemistry, a lot, you know. This person is very much a go-getter. There's a lot of chemistry between the two of you. Okay, cool. But when it comes to the emotions, you're stuck in Likeville for a long time. So was this a friends with benefits? Was it just a sexual connection? Were you just attracted to this person, or they attracted to you? There's an attraction there. But the emotions aren't, they're a page. The emotions are at page stage. We're talking about the energy between the two of you. So there's a lot of unknowns here, but there is an attraction. But it's like we're at the like zone, and we're at the like zone for a long time. It's not leveling up. It's not on par with the maturity level of the two of you. Let's talk about this moon now and find out what some of these unknowns are. You're like, okay, I really don't feel grounded in the emotions here. I really don't feel like there's an emotional connection. You know, there's some feelings there. Okay. All right. So there's a lot of holding back, and there's a lot of passion, but I think there's a lot of holding back. There's an avoidance here. Some of you were ghosted by this person, but you're kind of still holding on to the thought that maybe they'll reconcile. Some of you, this person may have ghosted and reconciled with their spouse or a previous partner. Okay, you would know that. I'm not trying to shock anybody. And then there are some of you where it's like there's a connection, there's a nurturing connection there. There's a love. There's emotions there, but they're being avoided. You're holding back, not sharing how you feel with each other. So that hold back, it's like you're both keeping your feelings to yourself, or someone is in this connection that's not allowing this to grow. I think there is communication with this person. I think there is a connection here. I just think this person is avoidant, or I think that there's communication here. There's a flow here that's happening. So if you were ghosted, maybe that happened previously, because there could be a reconciliation here happening. But there is communication here. There is. But the communication doesn't... How do I explain that, Fred, please? Here's an example. You're dating somebody. You've been dating them for a long-ass time. I like you. I care about you. But those words don't usually get said very often. More times than not, you're going places, you're doing things together, and there's a lot of sexual stuff happening. Okay? But there's no actual depth to the connection. And again, sometimes when you feel neglected or you feel like somebody has done you wrong, it can be that feeling that they just want you for, for the physical stuff, but they don't want anything more. That leaves you feeling void and out of balance. It's like it's out of balance. A lot of passion and desire, but I like you. You see how that feels? Pay attention to how that feels when you think about it. Like, oh, if you feel like this person only wants your body, but they like you, I could see why it's taken a while to come to an end. Especially for those where you've been dealing with somebody who was married or hiding another relationship. Okay? That's for a specific few of you. Now let's move on. So there's something here underneath, but it's not being developed. It's not being talked about. It's being avoided. So if you are if you're the one that's feeling like there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of desire, there's a lot of chemistry, but we just like each other, there's not really a fullness of heart here, and you're wanting a fullness of heart. You're wanting a very emotionally deep or spiritually connected relationship for most of you, and you're saying that they're not offering me anything more. It just stays like this. It's more basic. I got to say this. A guy I dated a couple years ago. I dated him for a few years. Awesome person. Just did not. We had to go our separate ways. But we used to talk on a level that was unbelievable. We had conversations. We goofed off. We had fun. We would forget about like chores and stuff that had to be done because we'd get into these conversations and we just kind of lose ourselves in our conversations and stuff like that. One of the things that we used to joke about is that we don't have basic conversations. We do not have basic conversations. We're not basic people. This would be a very basic connection, in my opinion. That's kind of what it feels like here. So for those of you that know you're dating somebody that's married or in another commitment, and you're just getting I like you, I care about you, let's hang out, let's have fun, I really consider what you're doing to yourself. Okay? I think you're realizing it. You would feel more alone than anything. Now, for those of you, for most of you, this is it's like basic. It's like surface level connection. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't think that's satisfactory. If that's not satisfying for you. Because you're ready to turn and walk away. You said it gets to a 5 of Pentacles. Like we don't even bond. We don't even blend. It's like we're not even partnering. They're not offering me a connection here. They're not really offering much of anything. It just stays this way. And it's been this way for quite some time. Who is resonating with that? Tell me something else that I can help these people with. So you're seeing it. Yeah, you're ready for new. You're calling in new. Yeah, it looks like you're kind of blocking your energy from this person, and you know that it's coming to an end if it hasn't yet. It's like you just haven't made the final disconnect from this person. Whether or not you got to ask for that divorce or finalize the divorce or go through the separation or have that conversation that says, I'm not satisfied, but it's time to cut ties here. It's time to cut clear and separate to our perspective corners, go our own ways. You are manifesting something new here. Mm-hmm. And you've been doing it for quite some time. You've been manifesting a new connection for quite some time. Yep. You're manifesting the ending and a new beginning at the same time. It's been a while. Now, there is a certain balance here in this. It's not like it's a horrible relationship unless you know this person has been hiding another connection. Then that's on you to do what you need to do. But that's offsides. For most of you, it's like this has just been coming to an end. It's a slow closure on this. You know that it's coming to an end. You feel it. You know that this just doesn't feel right to you. It doesn't feel right to you. Or this person just doesn't treat you right or do right by you. And I think a lot of you are telling me that's on an emotional scale. Like, yeah, the chemistry's there, but I'm not feeling it. Yeah, I like this person, but there's no real commitment. Okay? Because you may be very patient and very kind and very generous and very giving and nurturing and loving to this person. You may be very patient and waiting for this to turn into an abundant, growing, nurturing, loving connection. How long are you going to wait? It's like this person isn't even meeting you halfway. No. So, some of you could be dealing with Sagittarius, Virgo, Libra, Taurus. I got Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius. So what you're doing is you're manifesting a closure on this. You're like, it's got to change. If it doesn't change, I'm out. So you are being very honest with yourself on an emotional level. You know that there's feelings there, but you know that it's almost like, okay, let's say this is a basic relationship. Chemistry, sex is good, sex is great, whatever. You care about each other, but there's nothing deeper happening on an emotional level that makes you want to stay. You feel absolutely left out when it comes to that emotional connection. You're like, yeah, it's kind of like friends. You're more friends than anything. And you can feel the connection. It's like you can feel that there could be something deeper. There could be something more, but how long have you given to this? This looks like it's something that's been a while. Like I'm saying, this could be like years at this. I'm going to venture to say 5 to 10 years. You're looking at quite a while. A year to 10 years. Some of you up to 10 years. But I'm not saying it. This hasn't been days. This hasn't been weeks. This has been years that you've been working on this with this person. You've given it a lot of time. Oh boy, you've been patient. You've been understanding. But there comes a time when we have to cut ties with and really make those decisions that are best for us. And this is making a decision that is best for you from an emotional standpoint. You're saying, I want to feel good. I want to feel that connection with another person. I want to feel that bond. It's so basic that, I kind of laugh because me and the guy I was talking about, we had a bad break. We didn't have a great breakup. Let's just put it that way. Excuse me. But that I remember that because it really stands out in my mind. What do you consider a basic relationship? Do you just get together, Netflix and chill? No deep communication? No communication about how you feel about each other? There's no emotional connection in the heart space. It's being avoided. So that's why you feel like this is stagnant. It's not going anywhere, because you don't feel your heart space expanding for this person. I care about them, but that's it. I'm attracted to them and I care about them, but there's nothing happening here. There's no expansion in the heart space for this person. I don't know if I've ever read a reading like this. Who is this resonating for? Hey, Star Lover. Mary's here. Hey, Anne. Hello from warm greets from Belgium. Hello to Belgium. This is really catching me off guard, because I don't know if I've ever done a reading like this. My best example is that you're either married to somebody or dating somebody for quite a long time, for years. And there's an attraction there. Maybe you're friends with them. Maybe you're friends with benefits with them. And I'm not saying you don't have a great time with this person. This person is in the positive, except for you're saying it don't feel right. They don't treat me right, or they don't do right by me. And by you saying that, you mean there's no emotional depth. There's no emotional growth. There's no heartfelt, heart-to-heart communications happening here. That's being avoided. That's what's under the moon. It could be maybe someday, possibly, but how many years have you already tucked in under your belt? You're saying it's been a slow, steady pace of downhill. And it's just not, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, they're attracted to you. Yeah, I'm sure. But that emotion only goes so far. It's like it is nothing compared to what you're wanting. So my best example is you're dating this person for years or married to them, and it's a slow decline on the communication, or it never clicks in the heart space. You never have that conversation that says, how do you feel about me? How do we feel about each other? You never have those I love yous. You never have those, are we going to be mores? There's got to be a connection or a bond happening here in the heart space. Oh, this one hurts me, y'all, because I'm feeling it. And I'm really thinking about Stone right now, because those conversations, we don't have basic conversations. This would be somebody you just have basic get-togethers with, basic conversations with. There's no real growth happening. There's no real connection happening in the heart space that blends those cups. And sometimes those are real hard connection conversations. For instance, if you are married or you've been dating this person for quite a while, and there has been some neglect, there has been some difficulties in the connection, you don't feel like this is a balanced connection, you don't feel like they treat you right. When we have those temperance conversations, it's over time that gets you connected to somebody in the heart space that says, I can trust you because I've gone through these things, and these things have broke my heart or hurt me. Well, me too. These are the things that I've gone through, and these are the reasons why I feel the way I feel about you. There's no deeper roots happening here. Like if this was a tree, if this relationship was a tree, there's no roots underneath it. Very few. Definitely not a taproot. Not a taproot. A friendly conversation, a friendly connection, and definitely some physical attraction. Nothing deeper. The roots are the Empress, and that's being avoided. The roots, the growth that makes it or turns it into a very harmonious, easy, where you just know your person is your person. You got those conversations. Some are easy, some are not, but it connects you to another person. You know, some of the conversations we have out here, we're bonding, we're blending, you know what I mean? A lot of us, y'all tell me the shit that y'all got going on, I tell you what's going on. I understand. We have those conversations. We're connecting in the heart space. We have these heart to hearts, and this would be, Anne says, I put an end into it 2 years ago. Communication was one-sided. This does feel, I gotta say, it does feel one-sided, because you're wanting that emotional growth, that emotional expansion, that deepens, that puts those tree roots of the relationship deep down into this soil, goes deep down for the nutrients and the love that's there. That's not happening here. Those are the kinds of connections and the kinds of things you're asking for. So you're ready to shut this down. You're asking to shut this down. Some of you may be blocking this person. You may have already blocked them. I think that you're really wanting somebody that's going to offer you, like when they say they want a relationship, they're going to put their all in on it. I don't think you're getting your all, their all in the connection. And at a certain point, when we deal with these kinds of people, we pull our own energy back. We don't give them our best. This is not somebody that's giving you their best. And because of that, you're pulling your energy back and not giving them your best. Because why should they get your best when you're being met with, you know, secrecy? Or it's a weird feeling I'm feeling. It's almost like the feeling I'm feeling is best I can describe this. I'm trying here, but you know, my stories, my readings get emotional sometimes. They can be real heavy, but these are real situations. And because this is a situation I haven't read one like this before. I don't think I've never felt this before. This is really very similar to what I would think, from my experience, I should say. Like you're friends with somebody and you're attracted to them, but nobody's talking, nobody's saying anything. So you just stay friends for 12 years. You know what I mean? This is that friends with benefits that you just hook up with, but you really want more with them. Or this is that marriage that just slowly peaks. It's like it's already met its peak, and now it's just going downhill. When you just don't communicate, you don't talk, you don't have those connecting tendrils and roots that make this loving, nurturing, abundant, and growing. Man. All right. Advice. I'm ready for lunch, y'all. I've been out on my homestead property since 8 a.m. this morning. I'm tired. I've been digging, cleaning, pulling weeds, I've been busy. Ready for some lunch. Okay. So you are standing by. You are standing by what you're saying here. For those of you that know this person was a player, In and out, on again, off again. They were disloyal. They did treat you unfairly. They did wrong by you. They hid shit from you. Hid a whole ass other person or something like that. Yeah, that hurts, but you're standing by it. You're not forgetting the heartache. You're not. You're like, I don't care if I'm attracted to them. I don't care how they feel about me. I will not forget this third party or this pain that they caused me. You are very, very much committed to moving on to a new relationship. Very much. You're saying, I'm not forgetting about this. Especially if this person was married or you were married to them. You're like, I can't forgive them. I cannot forgive them. They did not. They did me wrong. So for those of you, congratulations, you're standing by your decision. Especially if you were ghosted or there was third party energy, you're absolutely standing by it. For those of you that it may not have been that, it's an out of balance connection. There's nothing deeper happening. It's a very basic or casual connection. It's not for you, and you've tried it. You've been trying it. I'm gonna say you've been giving it your all, or you gave it your all, or gave it your best. It is, you're standing by it because it still hurts. Why does it hurt? Because here you are as an empress, male or female, you're emotionally deep, you're emotionally understanding, you get it. You're an emotional being, you're really trying to reach out to somebody and connect to their heart space, and you're not getting it back. And when you don't get it back, when they'd rather avoid talking about emotions or avoid the I love yous, it's not going to work. It's going to feel painful because you're going to feel unloved and you're going to feel unwelcome in somebody's space. You're going to feel unwelcome in the relationship. Some of you may stay with this person for the money or for the convenience or for the sex, whatever. But for the majority, that pain in the heart space, it's like, yeah, we can have fun and we can spend time together and we can have the physical part and we can care about each other, but there's nothing else deep. There's no conversation around emotions happening. And for you to be that kind of person, it's going to hurt because a lot of times we just want that emotional flow, that emotional balance that says, I know you understand me and I understand you here. I get you when you're hurt and you get me when I'm hurt, and we can help each other grow and heal. And it's supposed to be reciprocal. It's supposed to be an infinity loop between heart spaces, and that's not what I'm getting here. I'm getting that it's very painful, and you're sticking to that, and you are ready to move on to a Two of Cups. You're ready to blend cups with somebody. You're ready for something new. So the majority of you are shutting this down. You're saying it's more than time. It's been a long time, and I can't do this anymore. So it looks like you're moving on to a Two of Cups situation. So let's talk about this Two of Cups situation. So and it looks like by Cancer season, Libra season, some of you Taurus season, you're going to make this end, or it's going to come to an end. For some of you, it's already done. But I got Taurus season, Cancer season, Libra season specifically. Okay. So it's going to take each of you different timings, but within the next year, within this year of you watching this, I have a feeling that you're going to be shutting this down if you haven't already. For some of you, you haven't, because you may have to go through that separation, move out, move on, whatever. Some of you may have to relocate, things like that. But you're going to shut it down before you move into a new connection, which I always suggest. It's like it's on the slow decline. It's already over. Let it go. Give yourself time to evaluate everything before you make your decisions, because they are your decisions. But it looks like you're headed towards the Two of Cups. So let's talk about this Two of Cups that you're headed towards. It's not yet. It's not happening yet. Yeah, it's not happening yet. Okay, some of you are too afraid to move into a new relationship for right now, so it's going to be a while. So this could take a little time for you to actually open up to a new connection, because there's devil energy at the bottom. So some of you may have some fears in regards to moving on, moving away from this person, shutting this down completely, or you're really kind of afraid. What happens in these kinds of instances is we become afraid to open our heart space again, because we're afraid that we're either going to go through the same thing, we're going to be cheated on, we're going to be mistreated, we're going to be, abused, misunderstood, that we're just not going to be treated right. So it's having to overcome that. That's really going to help you out here. And that may take you a little time. The Three of Swords is still here, even though, because some of you may be married, or in a commitment, but it's a painful commitment. It really hurts your heart space, and I love you. So a decision needs to be made in regards to this connection, or closing this down for good, like closing down this chapter and moving on. Moving on, moving out, moving away. You're in the process of making these decisions, and it may take some of you different amounts of time, because maybe you have to go through those divorces, sign those legal documents. It's not always easy leaving a situation, especially if you're living together or you're married and stuff like that. But once that is finished, then you'll have options. And I think you're also telling me that most of you are telling me you'd rather shut this down. You're telling me you would rather shut this down and then in time move into something new, because there is still some fear and some unhealed wounds that you're working on. That's easy. It's understandable. You just have to know your worth and know that the next will be better and go on from there. But you got to wrap your head around that first. There's others of you that this has already been closed down. It's already been over. So it's just a matter of making that decision on whether or not you're ready to open up to dating again, communicating with somebody on a heart level. I really get an energy here that there's hesitancy. And you don't have to move. You're on the Chariot here. So with straight up full on boundaries, knowing what you want and taking action towards it, you'll be fine. You do not have to move fast. You don't have to move slow. You can go at your own pace when it comes to relationships. So any final messages in regards to this? It looks like you are manifesting new. So right now it's all about, like you're saying, it's time. This person is actually a Page of Cups. If the love isn't flowing, if you're not feeling it, you're moving on. So if the love isn't there after a year to several years, you really should be figuring out why you haven't moved on yet. Take a leap of faith into something new. It's time for the new. So most of you are making this decision, shutting it down, and preparing yourself for a new adventure very soon with a full heart and a Two of Cups, with somebody that's going to blend cups. They're going to blend cups. Going to. There's also some of you, some about money, something about big money here. Some of you have a job offer here or a business deal that's going to go very well. I'm like, is there anything else here? Listen, there's some of you that are about to boss up in your money here. So you might be getting a supervisory position, starting your own business, leadership role. It is work related, pentacles related. And it looks like money gonna be looking good, okay? So again, some of you may need to make sure you get a job so that you have the money to pay for the divorce, move out, relocate, that sort of thing. But hey, money gonna be looking good. A 9 of Pentacles, an Ace of Pentacles, yeah, that's for you. So some of you may just need to focus on your own stability right now, focus on your own job or that career, those projects and things, because it looks like it's going to turn out well for you. If you haven't started applying for your jobs and stuff like that and you need it, get out there and start applying for those jobs, because it looks like you're going to be handed a very great opportunity. It could be in regards to a job that it's going to allow you to be single, independent, and free for those of you that are looking for that. For others of you, you're just wanting to pay your own damn bills and not have to worry about it because you got a little extra in the bank. It looks like that's going to be changing real soon. So you got some things changing here. But for whoever this was for, I love you. I felt it. I get it. I get it. A basic relationship. For whom I'm talking to today, it ain't for you. You need something that is emotionally satisfying. And it's not that you're asking for, don't get it twisted. You're not asking for somebody to make you feel better. You're not asking for anybody to make you feel good about yourself and to make you feel better. No. You're an empress. You're good. You don't need another individual, for most of you, male or female, to shore you up and make you feel good about yourself or in life. But it's that exchange that's not happening that sucks. I'm not saying this is a bad person. I'm just saying for most of y'all, it looks like there's some emotional connection, some heartfelt communication that's not happening that could lead to advancement and growth in this connection, and it just stays hidden. It's avoided. Could some of you communicate with this person? Probably, but I'm going to have to say that you're just done. You're tired of fighting. You're done. You're tired of fighting this feeling, and you're ready to fly. Fly the coop, because in this reading, if you've put years and you've invested years in a connection, and I'm sure you've had the conversations. I'm sure you've talked about it. I'm sure you've mentioned it. I'm sure you've said how you felt. And when you don't get that back, time and time again, I'm not saying that you got to have somebody else making you feel good about yourself. No. I'm talking about people who are, you're not out here, you're not looking for somebody to make you feel worthy. You're not looking for somebody to make you feel good about yourself, because you have a level of self-worth and self-respect already. But you also have a level of respect for that person to where you've given it a long period. It's had a long shelf life, and I think now it's time to finally look at that expiration date and really address what we're doing. Do you need to have one more final conversation? Do you need to have that one more final conversation? Do you need to finally finalize that conversation or that connection? Or are you trying one more time to see if anything works out there? It's very basic, and thank you again, Anne. It sounded very one-sided. You got the heart, and they've got the passion, but you're butting heads, or you're not communicating, or it's just not blending. So could you have those communications? Sure, you could try. You can always try. I'm not really sure that person is willing to communicate on that level with you, And I think that's why you're already making the decision to shut it down and to move towards something that is emotionally open. Okay. I love you all. Like, share, subscribe, join the tribe. I love your donations. Thank you so much. And until next time, check out the links in the description box. Check out my new channel at the Homestead Princess here on YouTube. I'm out of here. It's time for lunch. I love you all. Namaste.